And we're live. Welcome, my friend, to a very, very special episode of the podcast.
The Lockdown Podcast.
The Lockdown Podcast. I think we'll do a series of these over the next few days.
We've got nothing better to do.
We've got nothing better to do. We've literally got nothing to do. We can't go anywhere. We can't do anything. The whole country is in lockdown once again. So we've got me here on my own, and we're gonna get a few people on over the next few days. Through Discord and Skype and stuff like that. Hopefully, if not, you'll probably just see me sitting here talking away, or me and Colt doing this a few times, eh?
Well, beats sitting here talking to myself, I guess.
Yep, that's it. It's either we're going to sit here and talk to ourselves, or we could do this.
Yeah.
So yeah, unfortunately...
I was meant to be coming around to record anyway.
Yeah, we were actually planned for this today. And then this happened, so yeah. So here we are. First day of lockdown. Hope everyone out there has still got their jobs, actually. I think that's the most important one. I hope everyone's still got their jobs.
I still haven't heard from my boss yet, so...
I heard from mine.
Oh, hopefully...
I heard from mine because I'm actually off sick at the moment, and I woke up this morning to a text last night that said... Well, at least now you've got plenty of time to get better.
Yeah, you do. You've got 5 days now.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I don't have to... I woke up and was like, well, at least I don't have to call in sick again. So I'm stoked with that.
Yeah. Man, that bang of thunder last night.
Oh my god.
Holy shit, that was loud.
That was insane. That was really insane. Yeah, there was nothing, eh? Like, I don't know what... Yeah, I know you're only just down the road, but I had absolutely nothing here. It was real still outside. I just had the TV going, and we were talking in the chat, and then all of a sudden, just that massive crack, bang, and then just echoed through the hills.
Like, I didn't even see a flash of lightning or anything. Mind you, my curtains were closed, but I had...
Yeah, I didn't see one.
Yeah, just like, what was that noise? I thought somebody was moving a bin outside. I was like, opened the curtains, took my headphones off. I'm like, oh no, that's really loud thunder.
Yeah.
Like, that's right above me.
Yeah, it was so loud. But yeah, I didn't see any lightning either. But all the other ones after that, I saw heaps of flashes and stuff, which was pretty cool. But yeah, that first one just came out of nowhere, and then the hail.
Then hail just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Well.
And when I said to you guys, I'm going to go sit out in the garage and listen to this, and I took that video of it all hitting the garage roof. Like, I opened the door in my hallway, and the noise, the sound of all of that fucking rain hitting the roof was so loud. Like, all the hail, sorry, it was so loud. I genuinely couldn't sit out here for any longer than after I took that video, because I was like, that's just ear-piercingly loud out here.
It only lasted for maybe 3 minutes of hail, and then it went to steady rain, and then it was just flashes of lightning with a little bit of thunder.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's a way to announce that we're in lockdown. Some big bang of thunder.
Yeah. That's exactly what fucking happened.
Near, people, the end is near.
Well, the thing that always gets me, I say it all the time, man, but you see it in all the movies throughout history. Whenever there's been a movie about the world ending or shit going wrong, all the scientists are standing there there's some weird changes in the weather conditions, sudden radical changes in the weather conditions, and we're here living in that sudden radical change of weather condition for years now. It happens. Is that not an indicator straight away? We had a fairly okay day yesterday, and then out of nowhere, a massive clap of fucking fuck you thunder came out of the sky, and then fucking poured down with hail, and now it's still out there again. Well, it is at my place.
Yeah. It's what, the hail?
Yeah, it's not pouring down with rain or anything.
Oh.
It is still out there, still quiet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's meant to rain today at some point, I think.
Oh, more than likely.
It is bloody cold outside.
You're telling me I'm in the garage?
I wouldn't be surprised if if we get some snow in the hills again around us.
Yeah, we had that good dumping last week.
Yeah.
I think it's going to happen again. I was talking to my mum last night, and she said that they've got snow up there in Taupo.
Yo, that's cool.
Yeah, so like it's cold. It's bloody cold everywhere.
Mm. It's definitely been a weird winter. Sort of like a very late winter.
Yeah, yeah, it really has. It's been a real late winter. Oh, I'm real curious to how the summer's going to go down.
Oh, I reckon it's gonna be a scorcher.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. That would be cool.
Be able to go do some car stuff. Hopefully, all of our cars will be back on the road by then.
Well, I hope so. You would think after these lockdowns, and we know that this one's not going to be only 3 days.
Nah, well, there was 4 new cases today.
Yeah, you know, that's what I was going to say to you before the podcast. Actually, is that my idea on it? Obviously, is obviously this isn't like fact, so no one believe what I'm about to say here. But this is just how I think it's going to go down. Fucking, if we don't get like, we're obviously going to get community cases over the next few days. This guy's currently got it, so he's had it for like a couple of weeks. We can say we'll assume he's had it for 2 weeks. Worst case scenario. So he's been spreading it for fucking 2 weeks. So cases are nothing but going to show up. So the fact that we're going to wake up in the morning tomorrow and there's going to probably be double the amount of cases that there was today is nothing far from realistic.
As soon as we get one in our city, our lockdown will be extended. Like, if it's only still up in Auckland and the Coromandel, we might go to level 3.
Yeah. Or at worst, maybe make the South Island come out and keep the North Island in, or some shit like that. Like it's going to be very much dependent on where the cases are found. If suddenly like 20 cases pop up in Taupo, then we're fucked. They're not going to let the country out. But if say overall 15 cases show up in Auckland, then maybe they'll cut the bottom half off, sort of thing.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens, but
yeah,
I'm predicting that it's going to be longer than 3 days. They're making another announcement in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, they're doing announcements on the daily, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, we'll once the announcement happens, because we'll probably be on this, we'll just find out what it is and let the podcast know what's haps if there's any more interesting shit come up.
Went out to the pre-lockdown skids last night.
Oh yeah, you actually went out in this weather.
Yeah, I went out. Oh man, it was still in Upper Hutt when I went out. It was just a little bit cold, but wet roads.
Yep, made for some dangerous driving.
Controlled driving.
Controlled dangerous driving.
Yeah, it weren't. I think Lower Hutt went off better than Upper Hutt, because when I went up to Upper Hutt, there was like bugger all people up there, but there was still some people skidding.
Oh man, dope. It's amazing, that the car scene's like, fuck it. Well, yeah, we're fucked anyway. Let's do it.
We were out there till like almost midnight, and then we were going like, oh, we got 48 hours to get home. Like, we should just stay here, and this is our lockdown bubble here. So loophole for us constantly getting skids.
Oh my god, that is a loophole.
When the police come, we tell them to bugger off because you're getting into our bubble.
Fucking, that is a bit of a loophole. if someone owned a building, bro, if just someone owned a building somewhere, big enough industry building, you could pull that off and get away with it.
You could. Like if you owned one of the buildings down in Alexander.
Yeah. Or down Port Road or something. You own just one of those industrial buildings and then get like 15, 20 people to stay around for the entirety of lockdown. Bro, these are all my mates. They've come from around the world. They were here prior to the lockdown. Like, I'm not going to be a dick and kick them out, you know?
Yeah. You would need a lot of tyres, because I reckon it'd just be pop a tyre. Alright, next person go out.
Yeah.
Next person go out.
Oh, man, that would be so good. You'd be able to just, like, drive out the fucking garage, just straight out to the cul-de-sac, rip it, drive it straight back in, close the door down again.
Or you just skid it in the garage.
Or that, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Couldn't do shit.
No police arrived.
Last night?
Yeah.
Really?
Which was, yeah.
I would have thought they would have.
Some random, like, 40-year-old and his 14 son showed up, and they were, like, sitting there watching, and then they just rocked up. He's like, oh, yeah, was about to drop the son off to his mother's place, because she lives just across the road pretty much from where we were skidding.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and then we saw that you guys were doing donuts, so the son asked if they could go and watch, so they came down to watch some, and then he came up, and then one of the guys that was pretty drunk, he like went up, he's like, bro, you smell like weed, or is it just me? And he's like, mate, I've got my fucking 14-year-old son in the car, but I mean, I do got a bag of weed in my pocket.
Crack up.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, the son. I wonder if
Oh.
the son knew that his dad was smoking weed and all this shit. He's gonna have some good stories to tell his friends back at school.
Oh yeah. Well, I seen that same sort of scenario a few weeks ago. Everyone was parked in Queensgate, quite early. It was like a pre-meet. I think Shorty Media had set it up, and I was just sitting in the car and I was just watched this unfold. I don't think anyone else really noticed, but this real old guy and what I would assume to be his grandson that looked all of about 10 came out of Queensgate, and like the son was instantly blown away by the cars because there was like probably 30 cars there, and there was a lot of like the more showier cars out of the scene there than the skid cars. So like this kid was blown away and just straight away started like running towards the cars and stuff. So they spent probably like the entire time that we were there, probably about a good hour, just walking around the cars, having a good look. Even the old guy like eventually came around and like actually had a good look at the cars and seemed to be quite impressed with quite a few of the things, and took a few photos and carried on. Like I just thought it was so cool, you know, like
It's cool, yeah. Like, all just shows you that all ages are interested in cars,
yeah.
and definitely need to like host day meets where it's like family friendly meets where no skids are happening, but
Yep.
just like
100%.
show and shine and stuff like that.
We need that because then that also gives us a good name to the people that aren't a part of the scene and think that we are just purely hoons. Like, yeah, we do get up to some shit, but we're not all just purely hoons and dickheads because of it. You know, a lot of us like just have a passion for fucking cars. Like some of the best moments I've had with my car has been when I've had one time I remember specifically is when I was at laid out and had this like real old guy, like he was walking with a walking stick, like he was just real old guy, and didn't even know the show was on, and he said he was standing at the bus stop and looked down and saw my ute and amongst all of them and thought, oh, that's actually quite interesting, and so he waltzed on down and had a good look over it all, and that's when I went up to him and had like about a 30-minute conversation with him, and he like missed his bus and everything. And just he was just real impressed by the ute, couldn't believe that like that could be done to something like an old farm truck. It was just really cool, you know, like impressing all generations. It was just such a cool moment. There's a lot of us that are like that. We aren't just fucking hoons. And yeah, day meets would help show people that, which would be quite cool. But
I had something I was gonna say.
I was actually, because I've been thinking about it for ages. I'm planning on hopefully trying to set up a day meet, like just use the unorthodox name to get it out there, and set up a podcast for the day somewhere, and just have the car scene show up, or whoever wants to show up, come around, we have a barbecue going or something, and get some of the photographers that are currently in the scene to get on board so they can take some photos around the day, and we can just set up a table and a camera, laptop, a couple of mics, a few chairs.
Yeah,
And
I mean, we've got good photographers now in the car scene. They've popped up like over this last year.
yeah, that's it. And you know, it'll help with clout for everyone that does that sort of thing. You know, I'll hit up all the current ones in the scene, and you know, do you want to come along to this? Be a part of this. Get your name behind it. Just have a list of fucking names, man, and get the car scene to show up. It'll be
Find
cool.
an empty car park that's free on a weekend or something.
Yeah. Or there's the like riverbank down Moonshine, by the Moonshine Bridge. I've used that before for day meets, and that's worked quite well. It's just getting people to not skid on the grass.
Yeah.
And last time I did it, I was pretty stern. Like I did, as much as I love skids and stuff, like there is a time and place, and we had specified that day that we had set up this day meet that was not the time and place, and that if you do skid, you'll be asked to leave. And so everyone that skidded was asked to leave, and no one liked it, but everyone fucking left that skidded, and it didn't ruin the day. Everyone still stayed that needed to, and was good because of it.
Let's also use what is it, Southwood Car Museum?
Yep.
Can use their car park if people wanted to travel out there.
Yep.
We've got maybe Brewtown. I'm sure if you ask them, they'd let you do a
Yeah.
park up in their huge car park.
Yep. There's a few few car parks around that aren't overly used, even on the weekends.
Oh, not Queensgate. Upper Hutt Mall, the underground parking part.
Yeah. There's the car park in Totra Park. Like, unless there's sports on, there's fuck all cars ever there.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got a few options, and that wouldn't take much to set up. That wouldn't take, like, fuck all organising. Just make a name and a date, and I'll start getting in contact with people and asking people if they want to be a part of it.
it
Get the
wouldn't be
name out
hard
there.
also because you've got the unorthodox name, so that's like most of the Wellington car scene already follows that on Instagram. So
Exactly. Exactly. We can
people are gonna
utilise
come
that to our
it,
ability. Get the word
and
out
then
with
just
that.
share it around. It's not a skid meet, and it's any cars, any age. Bring them out.
Family friendly. Come have a picnic. Bring your barbecues. We're going to have one there. We'll do that sort of thing. I reckon that'll be sick. And then, then just have podcasts going the whole day, bro. Just talk to some people. Have people that walk by. Just be like, what do you think about this? And if anyone, like, really, like, wants to get into depth with conversations, I get them to come back here one day and have an actual podcast. Full-blown one.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool, man. I think it'd be cool.
Could like live stream it to YouTube for the day or something.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Buy a fuckload of data.
Do you not have unlimited?
No.
Oh,
I can't get a plan good enough to have unlimited because I'm paying off the phone as well. Not
yeah.
quite that rich yet.
yeah. I think with my 2 degrees, I think it's like $80 a month to get unlimited data,
Yeah. Yep.
and I can't justify spending $80. That's almost what I spend. That's a little bit less than what I spend on my internet for my house, but on a phone where I really barely use it anyway.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, no, that was kind of my conclusion. Like, the amount of data that I have, I think I get like 20 gig or 25 gig or something. Like, it's enough to see me through each pay, and when I'm not using it, I'm just at home, and that's when I'm majoritively on my phone or on the internet. So, like, having unlimited at home is much more, like, necessary than having it as data.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even really need to worry about data with my phone. As long as I've got my plan active, I get 650 megs, but with 2 degrees, I get an hour of free data a day, and I get a 30-minute break, so I use that hour of data.
Yep. Yeah, it's quite a good idea. I always forget that 2 degrees does that, because I'm 2 degrees as well, so I should just start doing that more.
Yeah, the data clock.
Yeah.
And you can also just buy data as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of cheap.
It's actually really handy. I remember using it in the past where there's been times where I could go without data, but like there'd be a time where I needed it to find out a phone number or get in contact with someone, so I just buy an hour's worth of data.
Yeah.
It is quite handy. I do like the concept.
Did you? Oh, you probably wouldn't have seen, but when the US has been pulling out of Afghanistan, I think.
Yes, that was the other thing I wanted to bring up as well.
A C-17 was flying away, and
Yep.
there was a whole bunch of people on the side of that plane.
Did you hear that they found human remains in the landing gear of that same plane?
Yeah.
In the landing gear, bro. That's
Yeah,
that's the wheels and shit. Like,
Yeah. 'cause
what
it
the
was-
fuck? Did people
were
like climb on the
all-
wheels and then just like hope that they weren't going to get squished as they got pulled in?
I don't know. I've only seen the video of them like when it's just going down the runway. And
Yep.
Didn't see anybody falling or anything, but they look so happy. Like, yeah, we're escaping this country.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, you guys are on like a part that retracts back in.
Then do they not realize that even if they managed to like keep themselves on the side of the plane, that they were just going to fall off or die of suffocation?
Yeah, and it was like it's got to get up to probably like 500 k's, if not more, to even take off. And
Yeah.
you've got nothing to hold on to.
Yeah, there was like that big group of them that was sitting in like some small cavity next to the wing.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? And that's all because the Taliban's taken back over, eh?
Yeah, they have.
Yep, Taliban's back in control of Afghanistan. It's so interesting, man. Like, in our part of the world, we're just focusing on the fact that we're all in lockdown, but like the Taliban's taken over yet again.
And I don't think the US is going to go back and bother with it anymore.
No, from the looks of it, they've really just let it go, haven't they?
What did I say? It's just a headline. It says Biden argues US troops shouldn't fight in war that Afghan forces are not willing to fight for themselves.
That's fair, in my mind.
Yeah.
You know, if they can't even defend their own country, bro, then like realistically, I guess on a logical scale, what good are they to another country to be sacrificing their own men to fight for them?
Yeah. It's like they they could be going over there and fighting for they like fight for the freedom of the US, but at this point, it's got nothing to do with the US anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it really doesn't.
Yeah, you're just gonna be killing sons and fathers, sons and daughters' innocent lives for no
Yep.
reason.
Yep. That is exactly it. Sad.
Yeah.
Be interesting though to see what happens. See what the Taliban does with the country, I guess. Because there's so many people that are like stoked with it as well. Like there's a great deal of Afghanistan that is obviously stoked with it. You know, that aren't actually like a direct part of Taliban.
Yeah, like maybe this will. I mean, if they might be able to run the country better, but
Yeah, who knows, man? The Taliban actually might do it right.
It might stop a bunch of war that's happening over there that they've finally taken over, because it seemed like it was more or less the US fighting back with the help of other people, from what I've seen.
Yeah. Yep. I'm sure something else has happened. I'm sure of it. Sure I had more shit to bring up. It's hard, I'm so kind of fuzzy just because of being sick, you know?
Yeah. When did you get sick?
I came down with it yesterday. Well, I went to work Monday, and my workmate, first thing he said to me was like, "You sick?" And I was like, no, I don't know, I woke up 15 minutes ago. He's like, "Oh, your voice is a bit croaky." And I was like, "Oh, okay," like, I don't know, I spent the weekend up in Woodville, like, to put that down to my own doing.
He jinxed you.
And then yesterday I woke up, bro. It was Monday night. I got home from work and I was like, yeah, no, okay, he was right. There's definitely a cold coming on. Like I can feel the pressure starting to build in my face. And then woke up. But I knew what I was doing for work yesterday. My first half of the day I was doing nothing in the workshop because my workmate had nothing to do for me either. So I was literally just doing a couple of real small mundane tasks in the workshop. Then had to go into town around 12 to go fix a lock on a door. And then go install like a couple of shutters, and that was my day. It was like absolutely nothing. And so I remember thinking to myself Monday, going, when I worked out that I was coming down sick, I was like, oh, there's no point calling in sick tomorrow because it's not like I'm actually doing anything like heavy task, or surely I can work through that. And then when I woke up yesterday, it was just like, nope, I can't even get out of bed. This is ridiculous. I was just full of absolute pressure in my face, throat real sore.
Yes, sounds like what my mum's got.
Yeah, it seems to be the Colt going around. My workmate's mum has it too, and a few other people I know. So it just seems to be the Colt that's going around. But I'm not surprised. A week ago we were hit with our coldest weather so far this year. I'm really not surprised. It seems to be enough to do it for a lot of people around here. We don't have a great immune system in this country.
Yeah, when my mum said that she's been off work sick, like she said she had like a fever, fatigue, sneezing constantly, sore throat. I'm like, sounds like you got the Rona, Mum. You should go get a test for that. And she's like, yeah, I will be tomorrow at 4 p.m. I'm like, sweet. Well, let me know if you've got it because I'll come around and give you a kiss so I can catch it. So I can get off work.
Crack up.
Well, we're off work.
That's funny. Yeah, I never got the fever or the fatigue as such. Yeah. It's full head cold for me. Like the rest of my body's fine, my lungs are fine, my throat's now eased up. Actually, like yesterday was my worst day. Today I'm feeling better than I did yesterday. My head's not as sore. It's just pressure around my sinuses now, which is literally the same as I get every single year around winter time.
Yeah.
So, I'm confident in myself that it's not the Rona, but I know people out there would dispute that with me regardless.
If it continues for a long time, I would suggest getting tested.
Oh, fuck yeah. If it went on for any longer than like my average cold normally would, then I definitely would. Or if it suddenly changed, or, I suddenly became real feverish, whatever, then fuck yeah, I would. But, like, I'm already on the up. I'm better than I was yesterday.
That's good.
I doubt that my immune system would be able to fight the Delta variant of COVID as
No.
quick as this, you know.
No. I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast yesterday, and apparently the whole reason that the Delta variant is happening because he's been getting emails and stuff from doctors with PhDs and stuff, he was saying, but they're not going to speak out publicly because they're going to get hate for it. But they were saying that all the vaccines that we've created, they don't kill the virus, so therefore when we get it, it's just mutating it, like constantly mutating the virus, because
Yes,
the viruses aren't, our vaccine doesn't kill it, it just
changes it.
stops us from getting as sick.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, but even, and they were saying like the vaccines don't do really anything apart from that, because you can still get COVID with a vaccine and you can still transmit it with a vaccine.
True.
So it really doesn't make sense why they're pushing for these vaccine things if it's not really doing anything.
Yeah. I guess because it's really the only shot we got regardless.
Yeah, until they make
something better.
Something better.
Yeah. It's weird, man. No one knows what they're doing. No one knows how to handle this properly. We just kind of winging it until we work it out, right?
I guess so, but when's the world going to go back to normal and realize that, hey, look, we've got COVID now and we're probably just going to have to live with it?
Yeah, that's it. We're either going to spend a long time fighting it, or we're just going to have to deal with it. And I personally, I think we're just going to have to deal with it whilst the government keeps trying to fight it.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to be the ones that are going to end up giving in and going, look, we're just going to fucking deal with it, and the government's going to still keep trying to implement shit because, you know, they've got to show that they're trying, right?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see when, like, if this lockdown was to go on forever, to just see if, like, how many people go, I can't be bothered with this anymore, just go back to living their normal lives.
Yep.
Because, like, they can only give us so much money in subsidies before they run out of that and screw the economy even more than they already did last year.
Yep.
And when people need to work and they're not allowed to work and they need money, people are going to go back to work whether they're allowed to or not.
Yep. That's it. That's 100% it, man. It's going to happen. Because, you know, there's people like that we're going to do that.
Yeah,
Speaking of the
if my boss had have asked me to go to work today, I would have, because I don't really care.
Yeah. Speaking of the subsidy, though, I did find out that if this goes on for any longer than a week, then subsidies can be applied for again.
Yeah. Wonder if you'll get a nice big lump sum again.
Yeah, I doubt that it'll be the same lump sum. It would be, I guess, however long the lockdown would be extended for.
Yeah.
And maybe some on top, because I'm pretty sure it's what we did last time. But yeah, that would be the case if it goes on for longer than a week. Then I can apply for my subsidy, which I am going to have to do if that's the case, because yeah, I've got 1 week's pay now to come, and then that's it till I go back to work.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that 1 week is enough to see me through the next 2.
Well, hopefully the landlord would be nice enough to know, like...
Yeah, hopefully.
Your things.
But on the plus side, though, we did get all my stuff from Stephen and Laura's on the weekend.
Yeah.
So that's handy. So I'm hoping it'll be okay. What's that?
How much more did you bring back on...
Probably about half of what we left there.
Oh, yeah.
So now it's just like a little pile in the corner of the room, and like a couple of bags out in the garage.
Do you still have to pay to live up there now?
I haven't talked to her yet, but I'm going to.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully if they could at least, like, cut it down by a lot of money.
By a lot of money.
By a lot of money.
You know that Steven's listening to this right now, eh? he's got nothing else to do, bro. They've both got nothing else to do.
No.
So yeah, if you guys don't have anything to do...
I didn't want it to happen.
Didn't you?
Nah, because, I mean, if it goes on for, like, longer than a week, I'm going to get really fucking bored at home. because
Oh
I'm
yeah.
by myself. Last time I was at my parents' place.
Oh
This
yeah.
time I'm by myself.
Yeah, that's the occurrence I had this morning. Is last time was different because I just moved. Like I moved to Woodville the day of lockdown, so I like was in a completely new place. It felt so much different. I woke up this morning just like any other day, but I wasn't going to work.
Yeah, I woke up. My alarm went off at 7, and I turned it off. I'm like, what do I do?
Yep. Now, I believe the announcements just started. I just got a
Oh yeah.
notification come through from a radio station channel that it's just starting now. Breaking news. We get to listen to our PM Puppet and Dr. Ashley Bloomfield as they provide the nation with an update.
That announcement last night, like
Oh my
10
god!
minutes of talking, I was yelling at my computer screen like, "Just tell us if we're going into lockdown."
Yeah!
The whole country does not give a fuck where this cunt's been. Tell
Yeah!
us if we're going into lockdown or not.
Yeah, it
And then
was.
when she said, as of 11 p.m. tonight, the whole country, I'm like, before she even finished, I'm like, "Fuck yeah!"
Yeah, yeah,
But we
yeah.
just did.
Yep. It was dope, man. But yeah, it was funny watching Ashley Bloomfield, and I was like, this is information that can be given after what we need to know.
As you like just reading off of the things and like just reading off of scripts. I was like, oh come on, say it from the heart, not from a script.
Yeah, say it from the heart, not from a script. I like that. It's so good. Oh, something interesting. You know how I found my old Hot Wheels when we were up at Stevens last weekend? That little box? And it had that real old carded 32 Ford.
Yep.
Yeah, right, I did a little bit of research, and I also found that I had another one uncarded from in that same box too. So I had two 32 Fords in there. So anyway, I googled it. I'm just going to show you the camera so they can see. I googled the casting to get some information about the older card, and turns out it's a 1999 release, which was the second release of the 32 Ford Coupe as a mainline, which came out in white with flames, and the first edition was black with flames. So that's fucking like over 20 years old. And then the black one that I had as well, that I found in that same box, was a 2003 release from a 5-car hot rod set. And then I compared it to the release from this year, the Transporter one, the 32 Ford Transporter. The orange one.
Yep.
Yeah. And there is zero difference in the casting from 99 to 2021. It's identical all the way through.
Do you have a price on that 1999 one?
No. I can't find anyone selling one like anywhere really that can give me a good kind of rough value on it. I found like a couple, but like it really came down to condition, and most of them were loose, and most of them were only going for a few bucks because they were loose. But my one's cards all fucked, and like value I don't really care about, but I just found it really fucking interesting that's that old for one. Two, I somehow managed to still have it, even though like I wouldn't have brought it, or it wouldn't have been brought for me at that time. So I'm real curious on where the fuck it came from. But yeah, I just thought it was pretty cool. Just quite a cool piece of like history right there. As much as it's only 20 years, it seems that 20 years is history now.
I was looking around at my Hot Wheels the other day trying to find a Volvo wagon, and I managed to find one. So I'm like, and then I've got an R34. I'm like, I actually might give that
Yo,
a go.
man. I just need an R34.
Yeah.
I've got like 3 wagons. I just need an R34.
Yeah, because when I went to the warehouse, they had the R34 like mainline Fast and the Furious one. So I got that because my other ones is a premium one, so I'm not going to bother cutting that one up.
Yep.
But yeah, so when we're out of this shit, I'll be able to come around and start customizing one at your place as well, and finish off my 32.
Yeah, that's still sitting here. I was looking at that just before, actually. I was playing with that.
Yeah. I was thinking because I've got that black 32 that's got the wheels on it that you want,
Yeah.
and I've got a carded one as well. I was thinking like I'll give you the opened one if you make me a custom 32.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That works because I'll just use that casting then.
Yeah.
Main.
And I mean, and I don't really care about what. Oh,
I'll
I
go
guess
insane on it.
mean.
Yeah,
Well,
I'll
that's
go.
that. You've got all your wheels then.
I'll go insane. I'll wide body it.
Ooh, yes.
Main. Dope. And that means I have all the wheels. The set's complete. Dope.
Set's fun.
I chucked the other set that you gave me on the 2000 GT the other night.
Yeah.
So now it's just the 35 that needs the wheels, and that whole set's done.
Sweet.
I'm stoked. It's so cool. We're gonna take some nice photos and maybe post them up on one of the Hot Wheels pages.
I'm wondering if I give you I'm guessing your can of clear coat, if it'd make them pop even more.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you had the can of clear coat at yours. I was thinking about putting that varnish on them.
Oh yeah, that varnish. Cause
Yeah.
They made. Was it the Prelude?
Yeah, the Prelude. It made the
made it
color come
hard.
through more, and it's shiny as fuck, which is really nice. It's just it's nice, but it's almost like it never fully dried. It's still like tacky almost. It's not smooth, if that makes sense. Oh, I wonder if maybe I just did too thick of a coat, or I don't know. But I think if I'm gonna do it with the varnish, I just have to, once I'm done with the set, just like never touch it again.
Start getting. I don't know how you would do it, but like how I've got my my white R32 that's got the Rocket Bunny kit on it. It's
Yep.
like and it's got the plastic thing over it. You start trying to find things like that for cheap.
Yeah. Well, I was in Toy World yesterday, and I was looking
Yeah.
at their like green lights and Tomicas and stuff, and those castings, bro, are pretty sick. And some of the wheels on those cars are pretty fucking dope.
Yeah.
And realistically, they're like anywhere from $14 to $18. Like a premium Hot Wheels is 10. It's not all that much more. And a lot of the
Tomica, they got like better details and stuff on the Tomica and Greenlight ones.
yeah. Well, just even just look at the Bluebird that I've got here, and like the tail lights are clear
Yeah.
plastic, and the headlights are plastic, and it's got working suspension.
Yeah, my 232s, I'm pretty sure they're from Greenlight, my Calsonic one and my HKS one. They're a lot smaller than a Hot Wheels one, but
Yeah, but they are true
Like-
164.
yeah, and like the headlights are plastic, and the tail lights are plastic, and it's got a cooler exhaust on it.
Yeah.
And with your one, it's got suspension, which is cool as well.
Yeah, that's sick. When it's slammed, it looks good. It's
Hot
so hard.
Wheels
Like I
make
wanna
a-
customize that one so it looks like my car, but at the same time, it's a really nice casting as it is, and it cost me $54. I almost don't want to rip into it, eh? But then, like, I can't really justify spending another $50 on another one just to rip into that one.
I find it pretty cool that picture those set of pictures you sent me of the Jigs car. That
Yes.
some guy just made a custom, and then the owner of Jigs obviously sent it into.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the guy worked at
and they
Jigs,
made it, yeah.
and so he thought it was cool, and they designed it for his work, and his boss sent it in, and they made it into a mainline and a super treasure, and that was the one that you
It's really
found.
Cool. It's the one that I found as well.
Yeah.
Kind of wishing I didn't get rid of it.
Yeah. Well, bro, I've been looking on Trade Me at them at Hot Wheels, and you know all the ones that Stephen had, all the classic ones.
Yeah.
All those ones are going for like $12, $15, like no more than 20.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, bro, and they're from like early 2000s, all carded, and they have like this Spectra Flame paint,
Yep.
same as Super Treasures. They come on Real Riders most of the time. They're metal, like they're almost an RLC.
Yeah, some of those ones that Steven had and those paint jobs on them were so
They
nice.
were insane. I showed Nim once we went back up again because like I couldn't believe it. Especially the RLC that he had. I didn't realize RLC paint was that incredible.
Yeah, I want to like sign up for RLC, but you're even then like you'd still have a
A
not the greatest
slim
chance
chance.
of actually getting one still. You've got to wake up at the time they're released and be ready to add
Yeah.
one to your cart and buy it straight away.
Yep, that's it. It'd be dope though, because they do release some pretty fucking cool RLCs, and they're so much cheaper off the Hot Wheels website.
Yeah. I think you can still buy, if you're an RLC member, I think you can still buy all the old transporters for cheap pricing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's out of it.
So like the old Datsuns and the old Skyline
Yeah, yeah.
and stuff like that.
It's probably why I see like a few people still like show up with like bulk amounts of those transporters. I'm like, how the fuck did you get your hands on so many of those transporters that are just you just don't see them anymore?
Yeah. Have you seen any of the Nissan GTR dioramas yet?
Not in person.
Damn.
Nah, not in person. I've seen heaps of the Cybertruck RC car, but
Yeah.
I've seen none of the GDR in this handset.
I know that I think that Nissan GTR set hit some shells up in Auckland, but whether or not they come down to Wellington or not.
Yeah, there was a lot up the top of the North Island that got him, but we didn't seem to make it this far yet.
There's a Nissan GTR diorama, two of them, starting price is $14 at the moment on Trade Me.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm sure it'll be worth over $100 what the reserve will be.
Yeah. Alright, I'm getting some news come through now through some messages from the announcement. The first case was linked to the cases in the New South Wales outbreak. So that we can pretty much confirm that it's the Delta variant.
Yeah. So that would mean that the flight that he was on, everybody on that flight.
Yeah. Could be from the week of returnees when the bubble was closed. Yeah, so the bubble closed recently. And so, yeah, that makes sense. And there's another 2 cases in the community on top of the 4 from this morning.
Any news on an extension? Or were
Not
any
yet.
of the cases, are they all still, all the cases just still in Auckland?
Don't know. I'm literally just getting messages come through from various different people with different chats, so I'm just trying to gain knowledge through that right now. I could put the live stream on, where we could literally play the live stream on podcast. Oh, then again, that's probably like asking my PC to do a bit too much.
They'd probably be asking a bit too much.
Yeah, trying to play the live stream live, record it, and also have the Discord conversation going, and OBS record all of the podcast. I think we might be asking the PC to do a little bit too much. You can just stay there, girl. You'll be fine.
Oh.
Fun times. This is about as exciting as it gets for a lockdown, as I'm sure the whole world knows by now.
Yeah. I mean, what was it? I think it was Italy last year when they were in their lockdown. It looked like it went off pretty good with all the balcony raves that were going on.
Yeah. Oh, another message. Aside from case A, the other appear to be in their 20s. So everyone apart from the first guy that got it so far is like people in their 20s. People our age. Which isn't the greatest of things, because we know how useless we all are.
We like to, yeah, I bet you none of them were
He-
using.
None of them would have been
app.
using the app. None of them would have been like looking after themselves.
No.
None of them would have been
Like,
trying not to give it to people because they wouldn't have thought about having it.
Nah. Not the goods, but I mean, I can't bullshit it. I don't use the
But-
sign an app.
The wife of case A has returned a second negative test, so she's still like definitely doesn't have it.
Which is weird.
Yep. So this guy's been round seeing 20-year-olds, but not his wife.
Ooh.
That's what I'm reading from all this.
Well, what are you doing, mate?
Wait, what are you doing, mate? There's what, 4, 5, 6 cases other than his in their 20s, and his wife doesn't have it. There's a bigger case going on here, mate. Fuck the pandemic.
So from 1 case yesterday to 6 cases today
So far,
so far.
it was 4 overnight and 2 in the space of like 6 hours.
Yeah, it's gonna be in
So we'll be at like 20 cases tomorrow.
probably.
24. My money's on 24. Is where my bet's at.
Not looking good.
How much we gambling?
I've done my gambling for the day. I don't want to do it anymore.
You want to gamble a knife?
No. Man, I was so happy when I got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, because the first case I opened, it went to a blue, and like 2 guns after that, if it kept on going, was a red, which would have been worth probably like $100 odd. I'm like, damn it! So
Yeah.
I opened the next one, it was like blues, blues, blues. I'm like, oh, hopefully a knife. Like in my head, I'm like, and a knife, and then I just saw the gold come across. I'm like, no way, no way, no way.
No. Yeah, well, for as long as I can remember, you've been going on about trying to get that.
Yeah. I was like, because I really want to get back the knife that I used to have before I sold it to build my PC.
Yep.
And I sold that for like $300 US, and now it's worth like $1,000 odd.
Shit. So how long are you gonna hold onto this knife for?
Probably a while. I've just put in my Steam profile like send offers for the knife, and then my other the AWP that people keep trying to buy, I've put in my description like I'm only gonna trade it for the knife that I want.
Yeah.
No keys, no buyout, no other items, only that knife.
True.
Yeah, because one of my other AWP skins that I had, I think I sold that for close to $600 US.
Oh yeah.
And now that knife's like, I mean that skin's like, I can't even buy it anymore.
Shit.
It's shot up even more.
Wow. Yeah, so
Extra
hold on
items.
to the knife for a while then.
Pixels. Why do people spend so much money on pixels
On pixels, animated pixels.
that can't even do, that aren't nothing, it's just cosmetic.
It's just pixels.
Yeah.
But we do anyway, right? We buy games, we buy movies, we buy
Well, at least in a
animation.
game, and you get like entertainment out of that. This is like a knife that 90% of the time you're not seeing because you've got a gun out.
True.
It's only you only see it when you pull the knife out.
But it's the status point, right? It's to be able to be like,
Yeah.
I'm the hunt that has one of these. It's
Hey.
it's all rap.
The game feels different when you've got a knife.
Yeah.
But now, like, I've gone back. I started playing the game. I went into a deathmatch, was playing that. I'm like, constantly switched to my knife, looking at like, just spamming the knife, pulling it out. I'm like, yep, I'm gonna get killed a lot by pulling out my knife again. I'm gonna have to wait until this wears off, that I've unboxed a knife again.
Crack up. That's funny. Whole nother world, man. All these different things that people get invested in, and just whole complete worlds, just complete different communities, whether people think that they're part of a community or not. It's insane to see all these different things unfold.
Yeah. Wonder what other little weird communities are out there that.
Graffiti,
Yeah.
that's a huge world, bro, and it's real weird because it's a world that you don't notice until you start looking for it.
Yeah.
And start investing yourself in it, and as soon as you do, you can't help but see that whole world around you. Like, graffiti's everywhere, and it's a constant rivalry, it's a constant battle, it's a constant show of who's bigger, who's got the bigger name, who's got the bigger balls, all that shit, you know, and like, it's insane. It's such a completely different world, but if you aren't a part of it, or aren't out looking for it, you don't see it.
Yeah, I appreciate graffiti and all that. The only and tagging. The only thing I don't like really is like when they start tagging on people's like fences and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's it,
Come
personal
on,
property.
People, like, do it on like an abandoned building or a bin or
Yeah,
anything, but not somebody's actual thing that now they've got to spend money to clean up.
exactly. Don't make some random innocent cunt spend money on it. Make the government spend the tax money that you spend
Yeah.
to clean up your mess. If you're gonna do it, I don't. Not saying go and do it, but if you're going to do it, make sure it's for the right reason.
Yeah. It's real. As I've watched heaps of videos of people doing like big graffiti pieces and stuff, and it's like, damn, that's actually really impressive that you've done that all really just with a spray can.
Yeah. Whereas some pieces still blow me away, like how precise people can be, and a lot of the times, like all the straight lines and stuff, is just one quick movement. Like I remember in the past having random people come up to me when I've been painting and be like, "So, like, do you use like some tools and stuff? Do you have like straight edges and that to get those straight lines?" It's like, nah, it's all freehand. We just have cans of paint. You know, like, what? How? Like, how? Like, you just get good at it. You just get good at it.
Steady arm.
Yeah. It's out of it, man. Well, once you really get into it, you just get in the zone, eh? You really just get into it. And that's just one of those other things. It's a whole nother world. And it's huge, but at the same time, it's so small that you don't even see it.
Stamp collecting.
Yeah, that's a world. Coin collecting.
Yeah.
Antique
random
collecting.
collecting things.
Yep. That's it. The Hot Wheels community. The car scene. Sports. I guess that's the same.
Yeah. I'd really love to get into airsoft.
Yeah?
Yeah, but that just seems really expensive.
Oh, yes. But it's expensive initially.
And then it's fun.
Yeah, that's it. Like, once you have all the gear, you're set. Like,
Yeah.
bullets and shit don't cost all too much, really. Or, like, kind of spare parts and stuff don't cost all that much.
CO2 canisters don't cost that much, seeming you can get them pretty cheap, seeming people you do them.
Yep, you can get them from Shosha. You can get them to whipped cream.
Yeah. It's
Like-
just really the gun.
Yeah, it's the gun and the gear.
Like, mask and
Yeah.
vest.
That's it. Like, me and Jono went into that airsoft shop in Lower Hutt when they first opened up.
Yeah.
And, like, it is sick. I had a really good look at some of the guns. The guy was real cool. At the time he was like, we actually haven't got my license yet to sell them, but like you can definitely like hold them and have a look if you want. So I looked over a bunch of them, and like
Yeah.
I was blown away. I couldn't believe how realistic they've become. Like they're just like multiple guns. I picked up guns that I've shot in real like proper guns and went like, this is almost identical to guns I've fired before. Like I fired a
Weight wise?
yeah.
Damn.
Like I fired a 30-30 Winchester lever action in the past, and that's like an old like Clint Eastwood sort of gun, fire it from the hip sort of thing, you know, loaded up with 9 shots, and just pump each one in, lever action.
Yeah.
Fuck, it was cool, nice wooden stock, and they had something.
Looking at it right now.
Oh man, they had something real similar at the airsoft shop, and I picked it up and like cocked it and held it, aimed it, and was like, my god, it feels like I'm holding the same gun that's about to rip my shoulder apart, like. And then on top of that, they also had a bunch of like I guess you would say like fantasy guns, like guns that were almost replicated from games, and
Yeah,
like that.
I think I remember seeing a photo of the pink.
Yes, of the pink one. Like that's just sick. Like I was looking at so many guns and I was like, fuck. Like as much as like it would be logical to say if you were to get into it, buy a gun that had a quick fire, big magazine sort of thing, so you know you get the most potential out of your gun. Like I just purely want to get that like lever action shotgun right there and fucking have fun pumping lever action airsoft. Like that would be dope.
Yeah, like if I was to actually save up and spend money for it, I know that I would just want to get like a sniper, a pistol, and either an SMG or an AR, and I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, the handguns were cool. No, the handguns
Yeah.
were so cool. Like I know a lot of people don't appreciate handguns because a lot of people prefer rifles. I know a lot of people don't see a point in handguns, but fuck, man, some of these handguns were just so exact. The weight of the handguns definitely wasn't there as much as the rifles, but I guess it is a lot harder to put in, like heavy equipment into an airsoft handgun.
Looking at them at the moment on Trade Me.
What are the pricings going for? Because I remember that I felt they were quite fair. Like, I know that they weren't cheap, but I felt after picking them up and feeling them and stuff, I was like, no, I think if I had the money, I would happily pay that.
I don't know if it's a good one or not, but there's a sniper for 450, and then there's an SMG for $500.
Yep, that sounds right. I had 3 or 5 in my head.
Snipers that are like 120, but they'd probably be more on the not the greatest end.
Yep, yep.
Some are over $1,000, but
So I reckon if you wanted to get into it, if you walked into that shop with $1,000, that would get you. That would happily get you started with everything.
yeah.
But I reckon I don't think you
even-
could do it with 500.
No, I'd be happy running. Oh, I could probably do that if I wanted to run dual pistols, because I've seen videos of some guy, he had like dual pistols and he had it set up so like he could the BBs he would never run out,
Oh yeah,
and he was just running around with the map dual pistols shooting people like, oh, it looks pretty cool.
yeah, that's
But
dope.
all the momentum as well, that you don't have to lug around a gun, you've just got 2 guns so you can sort of just sprint normally.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's actually quite clever.
Yeah.
Now, you know what? Fuck it. Let's make it even cheaper and easier for us. I'll just bring a knife.
Steal a gun.
No. I'll just bring a knife to the airsoft fight.
Yeah. And then
Let's
and then
go around
steal one
stabbing
of their
everyone.
guns.
Yeah.
Steal their guns.
I'll steal them all at the end once I've killed everyone with the knife. Do you think they'll kick me out for that?
Oh, I think it'll be more than getting kicked out.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought
It
maybe
might
I
be.
might have to
might be.
suffer a lifetime suspension, but that's okay.
Yeah, lifetime suspension from living out in public.
Well, they shouldn't have invented the game. It's their fault. I keep naturally flickering the camera to you, but all there is the fucking screen with your profile picture.
Oh man, there's one up here for like $2,500.
Really? What is it?
HPA Avalon.
I can't say I've heard that.
Um,
I'll Google it.
I don't know if that's even the name of it. This is what it says.
Well, I got not the real gun came up, but I got the
It's just like a
Yeah.
generic looking M14.
yeah. I was gonna say I got the airsoft rifle come up, $2,500.
Yeah.
Damn, she looks nice though.
It does look good.
It looks real nice. Oh,
Definitely would have to get my fitness up to do that though.
yeah. I would spend all my time hiding more than I
Yeah.
would be able to.
I wouldn't be able to run around for hours going like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. I would run from one spot to the other. Well, I guess that has always been my strategy with shit like that. When I've done like paintball and other games like that, it's always been my strategy just to run, duck, run, duck, run, duck.
Yeah. When I went to my mate's, I think it might have been his 16th birthday party, I think we all got given like 200 paintballs to use or something.
Yeah.
And I think we had 3 matches, and all of them used their things in like the first match, and I was like, I've still got a bunch left over. Like, I wasn't just out there randomly shooting for the hell of it. I was shooting when I saw people.
Yeah. Man, I miss doing that sort of stuff, eh? I haven't done that stuff in a long time.
It costs money now, and being an adult, you don't have that money to spend on shit. And if you've got it, it's like, I'd rather go spend it on something else now.
Yeah. That's it. There was one point where I had been introduced into the adult world and still had money, and that was fun. But those days are well and truly over.
Yeah, when I was living with my parents, I was getting adult money and paying bugger all to live with them. I was like, I've got so much money.
Yep. Oh, fuck, even when I moved out of home and making adult money, my rent back then was just phenomenally cheaper. So, even then I had money. Just now it's different. Thanks,
Yeah.
COVID. That's the
if
other thing I thought of, actually. Do you reckon with this lockdown, especially if it goes longer, we are going to see a mad inflation in housing, renting, and car prices?
Yeah, last night when it got announced, I was like, all happy, and then, like, maybe a couple hours later, I was like, does this mean, like, all the JDM cars have gone up another 10k?
Yep, that was my same thought too. I was like, well, there's the housing market and car market fucked again.
Yeah.
Not that it got any better, it's just now going to get worse even more.
I don't know, I think my granddad was telling me that they're going to be upping the interest rates on mortgages, like, once a year from now on, so he was saying that might crash the
Oh, yeah.
housing market for, like, people with all these houses that they've got, and then realizing like, oh fuck, I can't afford this anymore. So it's either they up the rent and people can't afford that, so it's, oh, I've got to have to sell the house now, and then I can't sell it for what I might have got it for because people don't have that money, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna start taking a loss.
That's crazy, man. For them to crash the economy or the market, they have to make everyone struggle like fuck to the point that we can't do it for it to go back down again. So the government, I guess, is enforcing us to struggle for a while so it can come right.
Maybe this is the plan to fix the housing crisis.
Maybe. I guess it would work, man, but it's going to be tough getting to it.
Yeah,
because like you say, all your rentals are going to get kicked out. They're not going to be able to go anywhere.
What was my granddad? I think he owns his house, my place, 2 flats in Upper Hutt, and 2 flats in Stokes Valley.
Holy cow.
Land in Wanganui, a house in Wanganui.
Jesus.
He owns quite a lot. I'm like,
how?
got in there at a young age, bought a house, then started buying more, and then I guess when you have that many houses, the bank just allows you to borrow if you can afford it.
Yeah.
And assuming he's got renters paying all of it.
True. So, just did it right. Born into the right time to be able to do it.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's charging his renters a lot more for their places than what he actually needs. Like, I'm sure he doesn't pay his mortgage if he's even got a mortgage on his house out of his own pocket.
Yeah.
But I know that he's charging me the exact amount for the mortgage repayments and the rates. Like, he's not charging me any more money.
Yeah. So you're basically just paying off the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing. Unlike all the other people that he's got living in their places where they're paying off the house and some.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck that. That'll be what I'm doing.
Yeah, because what are you, if you want to explain, well, how much are you paying a week or fortnight?
I actually can't I can't work it out. Like, I know what I'm paying fortnightly, but I'm paying that for everything, not just rent, and I can't remember for the life of me how much rent is on itself.
Yeah.
But it's the highest rent that I've ever had to pay, and this was the cheapest house that we could come by.
Yeah.
So.
Because what am I paying? I'm paying $270 a week, and then $80 as well for. So I'm paying $350 a week for a 2-bedroom place, roughly.
Fuck, that's not bad, man. That's really, really good.
That's a lot cheaper than paying rent somewhere.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah, you got it good, man. It's good.
Yeah, it took me a while to realize that I had it good. Like, now I'd rather go and rent with people, so I've got money to spend, and I'm like,
you won't.
I'm really not getting that much more money. I might save myself an extra $100 if I was to go and live with somebody.
Yeah.
And that $100 isn't going to do much.
And is that $100 going to be enough compensation for living with people?
No.
Exactly. But that's what you're going to tie up.
Yeah, like, I mean, I could easily get somebody to move in and charge them $200 a week, which I might end up doing eventually. And I'm like, now I'm earning real adult money.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Real adult money.
I just gotta find somebody that I would get along with, I guess. I don't want to. Then that just means I've got to go through a bunch of people.
Yep.
But I don't like people as it is.
Fuck man, it'd be perfect if I didn't have this place in them.
Yeah.
And you and me could have flattered it. That would have worked perfectly.
Hell yeah.
We both would have been living relatively cheap in comparison to what we could have been.
I mean, if your place if you don't get to keep it or something, I'm sure my place will still be free if you wanted to live in one room together. If you and them just lived in one room and you shared the place, you wouldn't have your own place, but you'd probably have a majority of the house. I mean, all my stuff's in one room.
I appreciate that, man. Very much do. If shit hits the fan, then you'll be the first person I call.
Yeah. $600 a week is yours.
Be cheaper than what we're paying now, bro.
What?
Probably.
Jeez.
$600 a week, but between two people, it's only $600 a fortnight. And that includes internet and power.
Yeah.
So then we'll just have to cover food.
I wouldn't if.
No, hold up. If that was covering everything but food, and we just had to pay for food for 2 weeks for the two of us, that would genuinely, at that price, be about $100 cheaper for the both of us to do that than this.
What? And when I had my old mate living here and his missus, I was charging them $250 for the room.
God damn.
Covered everything bar food.
Damn.
So yeah, like, if you guys ever was to hit the fan, like shit hit the fan, you'd be saving a lot of money moving in with me.
Oh yeah.
Your ute would be immaculate.
She's going to be, mate. You just wait. 5 days, mate. I got 5 days up my sleeve here. I just got to get over this cold, and she's going to be back to it. But get this.
No more?
Nah, fuck no. Won't be crab walking by the end of this week, mate. Not if everything goes to plan. I'm stoked. But I've worked out, right, for me to work on my ute, there's so much shit I have to currently move around. So because I've got so much shit in and currently on the ute, I don't want to jack it up in the garage with all that stuff on it. I could, but like I don't really want to get under the vehicle with all that stuff on it. So I got to get that stuff off. It's mainly my tools, which I got to put in the garage. But currently I've got my desk in my garage, not the podcast desk, the old podcast desk, that I need to get out of the garage to put my tools in place of it. Now that desk is going to go in the spare room in the house, but currently in the spare room is Nim's bed, because we took that out of our room the other day to put my bed up.
Yep.
So I got to get her bed out of that bedroom and put it behind the couch in the lounge. But to do that, I got to get the rest of my shit that we dumped in the lounge over the weekend out of the lounge.
Gonna have to do a tip run.
So I've got a lot to move around just to get the shit off my ute.
Is any of the stuff that we brought down like stuff that could be thrown away? Yeah,
I've gone through it. There's not a great deal. It's mainly just clothes that's going to go. The rest of it's actually going to stay. I've just got like it's all unorganized. I am actually blown away. I thought I lost a whole heap of crap between my move out of Upper Hutt 3 years ago, but turns out I didn't. It just all got thrown into boxes, and I just had no idea where any of it was. But it's all still there. So I've got so much crap. It's just so unorganized. So it just really looks like there's heaps of crap. But like I started emptying a few boxes, and I was like, oh, okay, there's actually not all that much shit here. I've just got like the biggest stuff that I've got, which is annoying, is like all my board games that I've collected over the years and shit like that. That's just in boxes. Other than that, I've got like a couple of probably like one big container of cables, hard drives, computer parts, and stuff that's easy enough to store away. Half of my stuff in there was
get like a bunch of those clear plastic containers and
Yep.
Chucking shit in there, and you'd be able to stack it up all nice and neatly.
That's it, and I can organise it. I can have one that's just filled with all my computer gear and cables and shit like that. One of my other ones for all my music stuff. Another box for all my craft equipment and shit like that. After that, man, like there's really not a lot else. It's all clothes.
Yeah. And a lot of those clothes can be thrown out.
Yeah, all of my bigger sort of items were already down here. Like
Yeah.
this podcast room is probably the biggest amount of shit that I have is here. My cars are here, my bike's here, my tools are now in the garage. So like, it's not all that much stuff, and I have managed to move about half of it out of the lounge already. I'm just going to spend the rest of my day today after this moving the rest of it and trying to get the ute clear.
Yeah, I might
Because-
ask my dad sometime soon if I can borrow his trailer and his car so I can do a tip run, and then I can also do a tip run for you as well.
Oh, dope! That'd be sick.
His trailer's got a cage on it, so I'll be able to chuck a fuck ton of crap on it.
Man, that would be awesome. That would be so cool. Get a whole heap of crap out of here. But no, after I've got everything out the way of the ute, I can't stop thinking about it for the past 2 weeks since it's been here. I suppose every time I sit out here, I've been contemplating the ute, but like, it's not going to take me much at all.
No.
So like, once I've got the battery tray showed up the other day, so I've got the new battery tray. I've got the U-bolts, so I'll jam them in. See if I can do anything with the tail lights. I found that I've actually got a spare indicator in the glove box, so I might be able to just wire that in and see what I can make use of what's already on there for now. Wind the front back up a little bit. Just kind of fill in that bog that I've got. Fill in the rust that I got in there. Tidy up the interior. Give the like engine bay a good degrease.
Yep.
I'll probably go through and like, you know, for the sake of it, give her a good service, check over all the stuff, check over the brakes, since that's the one thing I haven't actually changed. Do all the fluids and shit. And bro, I reckon in the next couple of months, if I can put my ass into gear, I reckon I can have this thing waff ready.
Yeah, same with my car.
Like, for fuck all the price, I've spent the money now. I don't think I need to spend more.
Once my engine mount arrives, I'm hoping that gets rid of the knocking noise, and once that's been done, I'll be able to drive it to the fuel station and put some gas in it. I'll take it for a decent blat down Alexander Road, and then I'll be taking it down to Taita to get the handbrake cable made up, and then it's WAF time. And if it passes that, then I'm just going to slowly clean it up, maybe save up for some lowering springs, chuck them in it,
Mean.
and then hum and ha whether or not I'm going to sell it or not. Because Tommy asked me last night, I was like, are you going to sell the extra? I'm like, I don't know. I want to, but I don't want to. I just really want a Stagia, but I don't want to get rid of my car, but I know I'm not going to get a Stagia unless I get rid of my car.
Yeah, that is a tough decision, eh?
Yeah.
Stage would be cool again, though.
It would be. But I don't know. As I said last week, I feel like I'll lose my license if I own a rear-wheel drive car. Whereas I know I'm not going to lose my license in a front-wheel drive car.
Yeah, that's my issue, is that once I get this ute going, I'm going to have to be so careful.
I've got plenty of mates that have said that I can, if I want to, I can have a go in skidding in their car. So,
Yep.
can always just get it that way.
Yep, well, hey, my ute's there, even though I just said I don't want to get... shouldn't be doing anything dumb in there. My ute's there, bro. I know plenty of Mexico roads.
Yeah.
Quickly, though, more information about this COVID shit. So there's quite a large number of locations of interest.
Yeah.
There's a school,
Oh no.
a casino,
Oh shit.
a hospital, and a church. And
Well.
apparently, because as you know, NIM works as the as call center for the bank. The government decided that no actual branch is an essential service during lockdown, but all the call centers are. So that means that everything is going to be done through the call center for her.
Yeah. Does she have to go to work, or is she doing it from home?
She's at work currently because they are yet to give her a work from home kit because she doesn't have anything that she can use at home to do it. I've got all this. This would work beautifully, but like I can't have her using this for work.
Goes to do a podcast. You're fucked with all my settings.
The computer's lagging. What have you downloaded on here? We were halfway through a podcast. Some random call comes through for the bank.
Yeah, it'd be weird.
Yep.
Just answer it. Hello? Oh, I'd like you to transfer this money from here to there. It's like, what? You want me to what? Transfer your money into my bank account?
What?
Sure thing.
Yeah. Okay. Apparently, there's been protests in Auckland about the lockdown. Protests saying the lockdowns don't work, and that it's a fascist move to make us do.
I agree with them into a bit. Like, supposedly they don't work from... I keep quoting Joe Rogan because he's the only person I listen to really in the States that has talked about it. And he said, like, Florida never went into a lockdown and they seemed fine the whole time, but California did, and it just ran rampant through California.
Yeah, it's really just a hit and miss situation, really. That's a fair point, though, is that those people protesting will be the people that will be the reason that it will go on longer. They'll be the people that will get it, and then they'll also be the people that will turn around and say, see, I told you so.
Yeah.
Like, you can't win, man. There's no winning.
No.
There's no winning in any of this.
Hey, all we can do is just listen to the government and comply with them, even if it's not what we want to do.
Yep.
Until it gets to a point where, as I said before,
Total
shit's gonna
anarchy.
have to change. Yeah.
Total anarchy. I've been saying it for the past 2 years since this shit started, man, that this world's going to turn to anarchy because of it. I reckon it won't be the fucking virus that'll take us out, bro. It'll be the fact that people will get over being controlled so much and lash out. And once that becomes like a worldwide movement, like Western worldwide movement, then that's it. Anarchy.
Oh, I won't be partaking in it. I'll go watch skids and do that because that'll be my part of partaking in anarchy. But I'm not going to be going and storming any government places.
Oh yeah, start doing podcasts and criminalizing ourselves more.
Yeah.
Stop giving a fuck what we say on here as much.
Yeah.
So there we go, fam. There is your weekly news report for the week from your most trusted news source in the world, the Unknown Something Else podcast. Yeah, tune in tomorrow. We'll give you hourly updates on the situation.
I'm sure they'll do another briefing at some point tonight as well.
Probably, and then it'll be 1 o'clock again tomorrow. They're planned to be 1 o'clock every day, and then I guess whenever they need to on top of that.
Yeah. I don't know why people. I can see why they're protesting, but could have
There will be people that there will be people that would have just straight up lost their jobs because of it. Because there would be companies that just straight up know that they wouldn't be able to make it through and need to let staff go, or that's it for the businesses. That's what happened last time as well. And so there will be people already that would have lost their jobs or won't be able to make it through or will be stressing about money. And as soon as like someone's personal livelihood or family gets put on the line, nothing else matters.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters.
Oh well, it would be interesting to go because I know I'm going to get paid this week, but it'd be interesting to see what happens next week if we're still in it.
Yeah.
What about the panic buying? I couldn't help but laugh at all of that.
Oh, I'm so over it, eh? People are so
all the meat and all the
stupid.
toilet paper and milk. I was like, it's gonna be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
But now it's not.
Now it's not. Now it's not. That's it, man. We got no food here. We've got like a few canned things and microwavable foods here. We haven't actually gotten around to doing our shop yet. We normally do that on a Thursday night. So like we haven't actually got anything here, and like we need shit, and we know it's not going to be there right now. And like there was no point us going out last night and just making like the panic buying situation worse.
Yeah.
Like it's stupid, man. And because I'm sick, like I really can't go anywhere myself anyway.
When it got announced, I was like, damn it, I don't have food for tomorrow, and I'm not going to the supermarket. I was meant to be buying takeaways tonight for dinner, so I'm like, I guess I'll buy them. I bought them last night for tonight.
Yep. Yeah, well, there's no Deliver Easy now.
Yeah. I just quickly bought some pizza and got pizza delivered. I'm like, oh sweet, that'll do me tomorrow night.
Yeah, I wish I'd thought of that, man, because I jumped on it this morning, like, oh man, I should order myself some lunch or something for today, and then was like, oh wait, I
Nope.
fucking can't.
Yeah. I went on to Deliver Easy last night. I was like, oh, order something to eat tomorrow. I'm like, actually, I think pizza's going to be the smartest option, assuming I could just put pizza into a fridge and eat cold pizza.
Yeah, yeah. As much as it's not, quite the same, still good enough. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and like just jam a bunch of microwave foods together and see if it tastes good.
That's what they will.
Yeah, well, they taste fine individually, so like, yeah. Mixing food together doesn't faze me whatsoever. Like, there's not many things that you can mix together that I won't have.
What was it up at the baby shower? What was it? Chocolate fish?
Oh, and the onion dip.
Sour cream. Yeah.
Yeah. That wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. What else have we done? Oreos.
The Oreos with cheese in the
and
center.
Pate.
Yep.
Pate and all
It was too. It was like 3 different kinds of cheeses and pate inside
put, like,
of an Oreo.
Yeah, and then we also had like, I think it was like the dip stuff that we had. We had a lot of weird stuff that like you should have, like, all of them went well together apart from the Oreo.
Yeah.
But the Oreo, it didn't even taste like shit. It tasted really good.
Yeah, it was the savory and the sweet.
Yeah, it was like
went.
all savory to start with, and then at the end it's like
Sweet.
the Oreo.
Yeah, it actually kind of worked. I don't know, man. If I we say it kind of worked. If I ever told that to like any chef ever that I ever worked alongside in my life, they would have demoted me as a chef myself. Been like, your taste buds
You're
are
not
fucked,
a
cunt.
chef. Why are you eating this? I mean, I'll eat anything really.
Yeah.
Food's food.
That was always my issue. I always had to get other people to taste my food because I was like, yeah, I like it, and they're like, well, it's actually not that great. I'm like, okay, that's good because like I don't mind it. Like either way, I think this is fine, but that's because I eat anything. So like I need a second opinion on like fine tuning the taste,
Yep.
I can tell when something tastes good and when something tastes bad, or when something needs something else, or something doesn't have enough of something, or too much of something.
Yeah.
But like all like the fine tuning of it, be like, this tastes good, and they're like, yeah, but it could be better. And I'm like, okay, mate. I just would have been like overly satisfied with this myself. I have low standards for my own food.
Yeah, I've made some pretty shitty meals, like, it's not the greatest, but
it's food.
eatable.
Yeah, it'll fill me up. I'll feel good. It's weird, man. The only reason that we have like real flash fine food is because people have the want for it.
Yeah, and then real fine food is really expensive.
It is nothing but a scam.
Yeah.
One chef to the world, it is nothing but a fucking scam. Fine dine. In my mind, it is nothing but a scam because you are buying the smallest portion of food that they can fit onto the biggest plate they could buy for the most price they could sell it for. And they've probably spent the least amount of effort making it. And it's probably been made a few days prior to you buying it at that restaurant. So, it's nothing but a scam. Because, yes, it may taste good, but they don't really give you enough to tell.
Yeah, the portions are so small. I remember when I went out for dinner with my parents, and I was like looking at the menu, I'm like, this is all really expensive. I'm just going to go for the cheapest option because I don't want to, like, make you guys spend so much money on me.
Yeah. Yep. It's ridiculous, man. I've eaten at the Hippopotamus in town, and that was the most ridiculous meal I've ever had in my life. I'm so thankful I didn't pay for it.
The Hippopotamus.
The hotel in town across the road from Te Papa has a big hippopotamus on the front door.
Oh, yep, I remember that.
Yep, big 5-star hotel.
Yeah.
So technically, proper food. Yeah, I was outraged, man, and I didn't even pay for it, and I was outraged. I thought it
Yeah,
was
when I worked
ridiculous.
at Te Whariwaka Centre, which is right next to on the waterfront in Wellington.
Yep.
Um, all their shit's really expensive in there, but I got it for free if when I was working. And then I went in there one day when I wasn't working. I'm like, man, I'll just order some food and ate. I'm like, this food tastes really bad for how much I paid. And
Yeah.
because like what I got was a sandwich that was probably made the other day, so the bread was stale,
Yep.
and I think I got a lasagna as well, or something like that, and that would have been something that was made the other day that then got wrapped up and put into the fridge or freezer overnight and then reheated.
Yep.
All the good food that I got from there was when I would ask the chef to cook me up something, and it was cooked
Yes.
up right in front of me.
Yes. That is the best food. That was it. When I was a chef, the best food that ever went out of the kitchen was the food we made for ourselves.
Yeah. Oh man, they asked me like, "Do you want a burger?" I'm like, "Yeah." So they got like
Yes.
bacon, chicken,
Yeah.
beef, black pudding, hash browns, eggs,
Oh.
all in this burger. I'm like, whew, this is a burger.
That's what we used to do in the cafe, bros. We would go over to the kitchen, we'd go grab one of the nicely sliced up 200-gram sirloin steaks, go
Yep.
grab some hash browns, some bacon, some black pudding, cheese, tomato, capsicum, and shove it all inside of a toasted sandwich. And then just like smear it in fucking barbecue sauce or some shit. And oh my god, like insane. We would never sell anything like that unless we like sold a toasted sandwich for like $35.
I'm just scrolling down Reddit right now, and there's a video of a crowd. They're all like holding on to this like a fair ride, and it's a really tall ride. And like they're holding it for.
Oh, the one
falling
rocking
over.
back and forth?
I don't know if it's rocking back and forth.
Okay,
But
don't worry,
it's
carry
like
on.
blue, green, and yellow Eiffel Tower looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, that thing was like nearly toppling over. There's this huge crowd of people like just holding on to it, pulling it over.
Yep,
to
no, I
get it
have
back
seen that.
upright again.
That was in Italy, I believe. It happened about 3-4 weeks ago. Shocking, eh?
Yeah.
Fucking terrifying. Was amazing to see just random people come to give it a help, though. That worked beautifully. They managed to save everybody there. But so shocking that that happened. I've always been terrified of something like that happening.
Ain't getting me on no Ferris wheel or
Yeah,
fair rides that have just been put up.
yeah. I'll go to an actual amusement park that have been put up for years. Real structurally, not ones that came on the back of a trailer connected to a high ace.
Yeah.
Especially if they're ones that are like fucking 10 meters tall.
Yeah, fuck that.
Ones that are real fucking high up and they came on the back of a high ace. Something just doesn't quite sit right when they put it in the middle of a field. And we're like, yeah, nah, it's secure. It's like, yeah, your leverage at the bottom is nowhere near as wide as it is high.
They banned the sale of. No, some stores aren't selling fireworks this year or something.
Yeah, well, fireworks was cancelled this year. Well, not
Yeah.
cancelled. Like, yeah, well, I guess cancelled for good. Whereas there's no more Guy Fawkes.
Yeah, but last night I was reading someplace that, like the warehouse and all the other places, I don't know, I guess like main companies aren't selling fireworks, but third-party places are still going to be selling fireworks this year.
True. So it's all like the bigger names that the government can control that are selling
Yeah.
it, but they obviously can't stop it coming into the country.
Yeah, well, I don't know what it is, but like the better fireworks that you usually get anyway, they're still going to be being sold.
Yep. Yeah, there's no way that Guy Fawkes is ever going to stop. Like, people have held on to fireworks for a lifetime even. So, like, even if they manage to stop the sale of them November 5th every year, there's still going to be fireworks that you'll hear from your house no matter what.
New Year's.
Some cunt will always have fireworks go off.
Yeah. Just make them.
Yeah, not hard. Not going to explain how.
Colored dye, surely.
You ever used to wrap like cascades together?
No.
Off the
Is that
record.
how you make? Is that
Off
make
the
a
record.
cascade
Did you ever wrap cascades together off the record?
bomb? No, is that not how you make a cascade bomb though?
Yes, it is.
I remember like putting cascades into um bottles and stuff and
Yeah.
throwing the bottles and them going off for like I was on the what's the bridge that goes is it Akatara Bridge? The one that would go from Tocha Park to Akatara?
Was that?
Harcourt Park Bridge?
Oh, the one you walk across.
Yeah.
Yeah,
whatever
yep.
that bridge is.
Yep.
I went up there with some mates and we had like lighting cascades and then just throwing them and by the time they hit the water they were just setting off underneath the water.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Not that that's a good thing now that I'm thinking of it, but
No,
yeah.
that sounds
It's pretty cool that
horrific for the environment.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that cascades will still go off even if you throw them underwater.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, if you wrap, well, actually, I won't, no, I won't explain it on the podcast. But yeah, that is how you make cascade bombs.
Cascade bombs.
I've done that a few times in the past.
Sparkler bombs as well. If you
Yeah.
get enough of them together.
You just don't get as much out of it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's the same with cascades, right? You get something good out of cascades, but like you would get more if you wrapped together 10 Roman candles.
I've
Right?
seen the one of I've seen the video of the guy that's had like a bunch of Roman candles or 10 shots or whatever like attached to his arms and light them all off and they're like going off like crazy like he's got 2 miniguns on his arms just shooting fireworks around the place.
Oh my god. Jesus. Yeah, I've had my fair share of fireworks over the years. Fair share of shit go wrong.
Never bought fireworks yet.
Haven't you?
Nah.
I brought them once.
I know. Just never really saw a point in it.
Yeah. I logically could never see a point, but I enjoyed them regardless, so I guess that's where the justification came from. But
Yeah.
I remember when we were like close to turning 18 and I was like, fuck, next year I can buy fireworks. And then I turned 18 and completely forgot and never brought fireworks. And I think when I was 19, I brought some that year thinking, man, I can finally buy fireworks. Did that and I haven't brought any since.
How long do fireworks even keep for?
Quite a while in my experience. Quite some time. It's only gunpowder, you just gotta keep them dry.
Yeah. And I was actually amazed because where I live is like right where they usually used to set off all the fireworks, like the big show in
Yep.
Upper Hartwood. And they haven't done it since I moved in here. I was like, oh, I've got the perfect place now to watch these fireworks and not pay for it at all. And
Yeah,
they
well,
haven't
I
even
guess
set
so,
it
right?
off
Because it's the
once.
field just across the road.
Yeah, but now they do it up in Kaitoki if they're ever going to do it.
I genuinely can tell you exactly the year that they last did it there because I remember filming those fireworks there on the last year they did it because I remember there not being another one after that year.
Had to have been like the year before I moved here because I remember one year I went in my parents. I think I was actually home alone, so I just climbed onto my parents' roof and watched the fireworks.
Yep. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh. Oh, turns out we've got a new subscriber. We're up to 27 now. Welcome.
Thank you, new subscriber.
6 years ago.
Alright, okay. It's been a while. Because I
2014. Last year that we were at school.
Really?
Yep,
Has it been
2014.
that long?
It has been
I
that
guess
long.
then they just moved it to Kaitoki then.
Oh, Jesus, that's loud. Okay, I'm not going to play that. Yeah, so it's been that long.
That's ridiculous.
But this year they're doing the charity suicide meet and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
they are.
And the Gumboot Friday on
Did
Guy
he
Fawkes.
actually did he get the...
I haven't heard. Do you want to do a quick Google?
Yeah. If I could find it. Did we get the things? Do I have to go onto his actual page? Mike King? When were they talking about that?
About
What
3
did
weeks
he-
ago. 3-4 weeks ago.
Mike King. Come on. I can't see the shares. I knew that we weren't that far away. July 8th. Scroll down some more. Damn, he live streams a lot on his Facebook.
Yeah.
I gotta just keep scrolling to find July 8th to the original post. 41k.
Oh,
So
really?
what's that? 9,000 more shares?
Yep. 9,000 more shares, people.
Oh. There we go. I actually haven't shared it, so there you go. I've contributed, shared it.
Nice. 8,999 to go. We've been going for an hour 35 now.
Holy shit.
Yep, time gets away really quick when we're one, I guess not in person, two, don't have a camera going off every 30 minutes. Yeah. So I might wrap this up here because I'm getting quite hungry myself.
Yeah, same. I need a toilet.
Yeah, I think the cold temperature's slowly getting to me. I can feel myself clogging up more. But that was mean. I'm stoked that we can do it like this. I'm going to try and fucking do a podcast a day during lockdown, try and get a different person on every day at least, or if you want to come back on at all and do this again over lockdown, then more than welcome to. I'm here all fucking week. We all fucking are. You got nothing better to do, so make sure you listen to right to the fucking end. And yeah.
Boost our listening hours up.
Yeah, boost our listening hours up. Share it around because, you know, as I said, there's not much else a lot of us can do.
We've got a catalogue to go back through and listen to now as well.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Share this around. Show some people that might need to just hear a voice while they're stuck at home by themselves. They can have us on in the background. We have like 2.5 days worth of fucking podcasts up that you can listen to now. So 100% go check it all out. Share it around, like, comment, and subscribe to our 27 subscribers out there. We do this for you. That is why we're here today. And yeah, go follow the socials at Unknown Something Else, Instagram and TikTok. I'm going to try to be more active on them over the next lockdown worth of days. And yeah, we'll see you again tomorrow, I guess. Easy as that.
Goodbye, people. Stay safe.
Stay
Do what the
safe.
government says.
Yeah, do what they say. Stay home. Go out when you need. Don't fucking panic buy because they're going to have more stock again tomorrow. Alright? It's the same as any other fucking day. And you're not, like, banished from going to the fucking supermarket, so don't panic. Alright? Calm. Zen. Peace. Alright, y'all. Catch y'all tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Later.